All right, we're live. All we need is our sound check. John SRV, that's your job. So, hey, Double D, how's it going? I hope everybody had their fill of turkey yesterday. I know we did. All right, John, thank you. Now we're good to go. Audio checks out. Yeah, we're invited over to my wife's priest and his parents' house for Thanksgiving dinner. A little different, shall we say? I mean, we had a great time. Don't get me wrong. Had an excellent time. First time I ever had a formal meal with a priest, other than at a wedding. Hello, Al. How's it going? Hey, hi. As denoted in the title, I've got like 5 things inbound. We didn't get mail on Wednesday. I know 2 are due to arrive. Whatever reason, the mailman never came. So we don't have any mail calls today, but should prove interesting next week. I have 2 tips of the day in the hopper. So one will be out Tuesday, and that'll be number 8 in building Chicago, 3 on infrastructure, working on Union Station. Happy Heartburn Day, you betcha. Actually, no, it was not bad at all. We had a normal baked turkey, and it was really good, very moist. When we cook turkeys, I murder them, and that's what I call deep frying. Marinate them in Creole butter, Cajun Creole butter, rub them down with a bunch of Cajun spices, and drop them in 400-degree peanut oil. Just kind of locks in all that stuff, and it is. They are fantastic turkeys. Hey, Chesco, welcome. Hey, MD. What's up, flocking model railroaders? Yes. We're pulling in a few people that don't normally get to make it because they're at work. Good to have y'all. Wish I had more planned for today, but I can bring you up to date on Chicago back there. Let's change our camera view here. And there you can see the new platforms for Union Station. There's a lot going on with it. I tore out the old ones. You get to see it all in Tuesday's tip of the day. How I tore it out, cleaned it up, built the new platforms, how I wired them. And then there's so much more going on with it. In fact, I'll open it up. I'll show you what's going on underneath. So Union Station sits on top on the street view, and it's built up, I guess 3/8 of an inch, all right, up here, and and it's this street. It will be cut out for the Great Hall, all right, and then this will be the floor of the Great Hall, and it'll be filled in on the 3 sides. All right, with the doors going out to all trains, going out this way, and then around one way or the other. All right, these are escalators, or will be escalators going down to track level. And there'll be, I'm going to get some interiors, building interiors for like restaurants, barbershop, salon, things like that to go on the 2 sides over here, track side views, so that when the cab view camera comes through, you'll be able to see the inside up there. There'll be railings, and it should be pretty cool. And then let me get Union Station. Let's talk about building it up. All right. This is the kit, the foundation or base from the Walthers kit. Columns go forward. All right, and it'll sit approximately here and will be cut out, all right, going down to that other level, all right, with stairs. And I wrote Bernard at Mini Prints yesterday, and hey Joe, and suggested he does a lady with a baby carriage. I want to put a scene inside there on the steps going down and reenact the scene from The Untouchables, right, where the baby carriage is going down the steps, and what's his name? Kevin Costner and the other guy, can't remember his first name. Anyway, where they're taking out the bad guys, trying to protect and get a hold of the accountant. But that's the plans. And then, of course, we've got the trolley that'll run around Union Station and through the buildings that sit back there. No, John. No, they will not be functional like Luke Towan's. If you look at Luke's, how deep they are, there's no room for that kind of depth. And even if there was, I'm not sure I'd want to tackle that level of modeling. That was a pretty cool video, though, I must admit. And I only need about 200 people to fill up Union Station and the platforms and so forth. Yeah, I'm sure he gets all of his materials free as kind of sponsorships. So spend enough money as it is, just on basic crap. So anyway, I've got a bunch of stuff ordered for this Union Station scene, and I've already acquired a lot of the buildings that on scene divider between Van Buren Street to the left and Union Station to the right. You know, somebody may have seen the mail call about a month or so ago, where I got a hold of three different of the City Classic scenes buildings. And there's one more 5-story building they make. Then see if I can find some others or kit bash some others. Change them up a little bit. Not working ones high, at least not in the foreseeable future. I do have some signal bridges and stuff that I've got two packs of them. And I know where I'm going to put them, and they're basically to help hide or camouflage portals. So just another thing on the list to do. And I've got in these open areas here, I've got the Walther's train shed kit. I've got the one with the glass, with the clear glass roofs. So you can look down, it's covered, but yet you can look down onto the station platforms. So, KD, welcome. Yeah, if I ever move and rebuild, probably go with fast tracks and make my own. Yeah, hi. I'm gonna try to get a camera in there. You know, clearances are a little tough. And I'll have to find. I've got a couple of low-profile cameras, but they're not. They're internet ones. I can hook up wireless if I could figure out how to do it. Hoping that my son will, because I've tried everything I know how to do. While I may not be a computer wizard, I'm not an idiot either, at least not all the time. I'd like to be able to. In any event, I do have a camera car. All right, I use a gondola, flat cam on it. And I can use this to go through the station to get some videos. I would like to have a camera that's on all the time down there. I'll just have to try finding one, a wired version. Hey, Dwight, welcome. So, Dwight, how cold's it getting up there in Illinois? Yeah, that's all you gotta do is just solder. That's it, JB. We got JD and JB. Ah, 50s isn't bad for Thanksgiving. Wait till January, though. Was the record all-time low record for Chicago was January 11th, 1979 or 80. I can't remember which one it was, but it was 22-0. Yeah, I'm suffering through 81 degrees today here in the Bay. Sunny skies. Hey, Anthony, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. Have you ordered that third locomotive yet, Anthony? Hey, John, Mystic. Haven't been running any trains because I've been working on Union Station. That said, I think I can. There's the Broadway Limited. You should run a pool how many laps he can make before he derails. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Didn't even make a lap because Dum Dum here forgot to throw a switch. Time to reset. New pool. Wonder I didn't get any mail, right? Well, ooh. All right, almost got it. All right. I'm gonna highball it through Union Station. But you said you liked it even better. Hey, Michael McCarville. Anthony, you said you liked it even better. No, not the train's fault, Alan. Yeah, totally mine. All right, we made it a lap. Hey, Sparky. Welcome. I guess I could bring... No, because I got to do some more work over there later. Yeah, it looked like it was running real good, high. I know in the video you said you wanted to do some tweaking to it, but it looked like it was doing well, both of them. Sparky gave up on the individualities. Hide everyone! Much easier that way. Yep, there it went. Or did it re-rail itself? It re-railed itself. I think what I will do is change over All right, bye, high. Well, Rick, that's one of the things that was supposed to arrive here Wednesday, but didn't make it. So disappointed, but stuff happens. Me too, guys. Me too. I've got not only my mini me's, but I got my mini print of the month club still coming. Choo choo. Yeah, I've got, as I said, I was telling people earlier, Rick, I got about 5 different things inbound. My mini prints is just one. Mini prints and something else was due Wednesday and didn't make it. And I can always tell it's the mini prints because the notification says item not scannable. So I know it came from abroad, from Canada. Hey, Digger. Welcome. Glad you could join us. I screwed up, Rick. I ordered you, all right? And I thought I was ordering plumber, but I ordered you. So I not only have you coming, I have you coming twice because you get the free you as well. Well, Mystic, I tell my wife I have a big package. She doesn't believe me. Cool, JB. Not too many opening these days. Most are closing. I also ordered another motorman, but in the process, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I forgot to order the extra plate and the extra train spotters that I need for my trolley line. So then I had to reorder those. So that cost me an extra $15 in shipping. Because I'm a dumbass. Mystic. Oh, that's funny. All right, Mystic, what'd you order? And is it Paragon 4 or Paragon 3? Oh, your N scale. Okay. P3. Ooh. I don't know how N scale P3s are, but I know the HO P3s had the D series boards in them. Uh, are bad. They're just problematic until you put an H series board and these are for H series board and a power pack. Once you do that, um, it's been a year now for mine without a problem. The first 2 years I had it were nothing but problems. It spent more time at BLI over Miami, or by Miami, than it did here. Yeah, the only loco I got that I'm waiting for is Rapidos, E8, E8 or E9, um, that were originally due in October. Then they moved them back to late November, December, and now they're moved back to spring of 23. So that's anywhere from March to June, right? Yeah, the only problem about putting a different decoder in a BLI, if it's got a smoke unit in it, I'm not sure that the other decoders can handle the smoke units. They may be able to. I don't know. I wouldn't mind having that Blue Goose, Santa Fe Blue Goose that BLI puts out. Sparky, did you ever get your BLI loco fixed? I know you had a problem with it, or did you just give up on it? Oh, there's no. Oh yeah, you're N scale. Yeah, no use putting smoke in an N scale. You can't see them as it is, let alone smoke. I'm we're 33 minutes. You know, we had a derailment in the first 5 minutes, so we're almost 30 minutes without a derailment. Oh gosh, Sparky. That's a definite oops. Yeah, because I would imagine if you hooked up the smoke unit's probably um, pulls a lot more amps and is probably wired in to a lower amperage setting, and then turning it on caused a big current draw and zappo. Yeah, that's the only reason I'd stick with a BLI decoder is for the smoke unit. But you're saying the Rolling Thunder did it. Huh. Wonder how many amp watt speaker. Yeah. I obviously had to have some kind of overdraw on the speaker, a 2-watt speaker on a 1-watt system or something like that. All right, 3Dub, aka Steven. My nap time's not until 2:30 Eastern. Okay, Sparky. What kind of decoder did he burn up? Was it an expensive one? Well, what keeps BLI going is the fact that they're very well detailed and they have a lot of functions, a lot of functionality. Um, Gimmicky stuff, all the train sounds and so forth. Not necessarily prototypical sounds for that particular logo, but and they're expensive as hell. They're probably 25 to 50% again as expensive as a Genesis or scale trains. But if you want a steam locomotive, there's not a lot of them out there other than BLI and older ones from other manufacturers. Exactly, John. They look great. Yeah, I went through 3 decoders on mine before BLI finally put an upgraded decoder in it. It hit a switch and zap. And they said, "Oh, it's shorting out on the switches." I said, "Well, that's funny. None of my other locomotives are." And I said, I got circuit breaker protection, BM40, B what 42, whatever it is, yeah, PM42, and I said no other loco has any issues. So they came out with an H series board, and the H series board. The good thing about it was it had a plug spot for a keep alive, or what they call a power pack. So when I got it back, I just immediately put a power pack in it, and it's been fantastic. Huh. I've got a Walther's P2K. It was probably a lifelike that right at the time Walther's was buying them, and 210.2 that I had issues with it losing its programming. But it doesn't run on this layout anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's my shelf queen. Bernard. Yeah, I would have to be hard pressed to buy another BLI. looking down there to see if I had anything rat-holed that I got and just didn't remember, but nope. Hey, I could hold up an empty mini prints and an empty mini prints box. Say I got something. So anyway, I've got 2 packages from Iowa Scale Engineering coming. I've got some more flex track for the trolley over here coming. That's 3 things. Mini prints is 4 things. And what's the 5th? There's something else. I can't remember what it is. So anyway, next week we should be fun. Oh yeah, hit the like button. Well, derailed itself. Works for me. So I was talking to John Linton here a few days ago, and he had some C and EI box cars that he's given me because they're not from the time frame, the era that he's modeling. And I said, hey, that's great. And I had one over on the team track in Aurora, and there's a little section there. It's one of those turns that was kind of forced in to make fit. And I was having problems with that car derailing. And and then one of my locomotives, GP7, was derailing there as well. So I said, well, heck, I'll just tear that siding, the crossover out, and fix it. So I did. But it didn't fix it. I still had problems with the CE and I boxcar. And I went, huh. It had metal wheel sets and everything on it, so I took it and I put my NMRA gauge to the wheel sets. And I mean, there's 2 of the 4 axles were just, I mean, a micromillimeter off. I mean, it was nothing. And I tried straightening it, tried setting it, resetting it, and still was having issues. And I said, well, screw it. And I just put new wheel sets on it and solved the problem. So the moral to that story is, don't go tearing up track to exhaust every other opportunity. Still got to go back and ballast that section. That's too funny, John. Whose video is I watching? Oh, does anybody subscribe to Daylight Dave? I think it was his latest video. He's got a dead lamb on the track. He's got cut in 2 and bloodied up and everything, and it's set down into set down into the ties enough where that half isn't causing an issue with the trains, and it's kind of funny. I'm probably gonna do something like that up near my farm scene where cows escaped or something. Iron Planet has a sale going on, Bernard. free shipping and 10% off or 20% off. But it's pretty much the same discount that you get using Heath's code. So. Oh yeah, Sparky, oh joy. I don't know if you saw my tip of the day 217. Maybe I did the same thing. I tore out a switch. Well, I tore out some track and relocated it and put a stub track in and a new switch. It's working great. That's literally got to be the last piece of track work other than my trolley track. But on the main line, because there just isn't anywhere else to put anything. Well, I'm pretty impressed. This P2K E8 Pincy has just been chugging right along. Ooh. Yeah, it always takes me a week or two just to decide to tackle something like that, Sparky. Well, look at. Let me change the camera. You know, if we look over here at Union Station, this whole thing, it's been sitting there, you know, basically since day one. And I've done everything all around, and finally getting to it. But I knew what I wanted to do. I just had to engineer it out, and it's all fallen into place now that I've got it figured out what I wanted to do. It was a long time coming. Yeah, blame it on me. No, blame it on Heath, Sparky. Don't blame it on me. I guess you can blame it on Heath because he's the one that put me up to taking this time slot about a year ago when he went back to work. Well, Sparky's Helix is one of the better ones out there. But what he's talking about doesn't have anything to do with the Helix. It has to do with the switch. What brand switch is it, Sparky? When my Atlas switches go, I just yank them out. I replace them with Picos. Now I've had some issues with a couple of Picos, but I was able to. One of them was self-induced, of course. I tore it up with a drill, doing something stupid, but I fixed it. And the other one, one of the frog rails came off it, and I was able to get it back in place. All right, John. You have a great weekend as well. Just replace it with a Pico Sparky. The thing I don't like about Atlas is for tortoise and or Smales switch motors. The switch rails, point rails. The connection on the sliding piece is crap, and they come off. So you end up super gluing and then re-super gluing and re-super gluing because they can't take the tension of a constant throw switch motor. Even when you relieve the tension on the tortoise or Smale as much as possible, typically they still tear up over time. Because they frankly weren't built for that type of switch motor. They're built for the Atlas switch motor. At least the Picos with the center built for the center throw, and the way those rails fit onto the throw tie, it's much better. I am going to Broadway Limited train, not engine. Bring it into the station. No use pushing our luck, right? Hey, Rick, wasn't it you that asked me what I'm going to do once I get everything scenic? You asked me that Tuesday during the premiere. I have so much. After everything's scenic, not only just detail stuff, but also every one of these passenger cars has to get a lighting kit and interior put into it. When you have over 50, well over 50 passenger cars, I think let me count them. Oh gosh, there's 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's call it 7. Yeah, there's 50 passenger cars that have to be detailed out, lighted, and I found a guy that makes a really good light kit. And the way he does his power pickups is he uses brass tubing. Yeah, that does suck, Sparky. Anyway, he uses brass tubing that is it's not a snug fit, it's a loose fit over the axle, so that the tubing doesn't spin around, but the axle does, but it maintains contact. And you can, on the same truck, doing it that way, you can have, reverse the insulated axle wheel, so you can pick up power on the same truck. Which, if you're on this layout, that matters to me, because I know my power pickups on my bi-level commuter cars cause an issue going across the reversing section. But anyway, then he brings the leads up on to the light bar, and you can get the light bar in different lengths, different number of LEDs. But he, of course, has a capacitor pack, and he has a bridge rectifier. Okay, so this thing is basically foolproof electronically, and I think they're like $5-6, something like that, is all. And so, matter of fact, I'll look it up. Let you know here. They are. Oh, there it is. Yeah, $6.95 plus shipping. But I mean, $6.95 for this thing is fairly cheap. Like, there's a link. Check it out. I mean, like I say, 50 times $7 plus shipping, say $10 total. $500 worth of lighting kits. You're doing that one. I mean, it's the best lighting kit conceptually, anyway. I haven't tried it out, so that I think I've ever seen. Because there'd be, with the capacitor pack, that would solve any flickering issues. If you watched, I don't know if you noticed or not, on the Broadway Limited that I was running, train, not manufacturer, the baggage car is lit. Well, as a matter of fact, all of those cars, when I got them, were lit. I got them at a train show. But the problem was they had wipers across the axles, and they created so much resistance or friction. The train was hard to pull. And so I just yanked it all out. With using those tubes over the axle, there's virtually no resistance. And man, I'm really interested in trying them. So I think the ones I do first are the Burlington Blackhawk, then followed by the Broadway Limited, and then. But once I start that project, I'd have to do the interiors at the same time. Yeah, Alan, it's DIY. Take a look at it. I mean, I wouldn't hesitate personally. You just have to, on the axle sets, you got to have track gauge. I mean, a wheel set, a gauge, because you're going to have to re-gauge it, because you have to pull one of the metal wheels off, slide that tube, solder a wire to that tube, drill a hole out of the truck, feed the wires up through. But yeah, it's fairly simple. I know a lot of people would just go ahead and get some little nuts and put a connector onto the screw that holds the truck in place, and then same thing on the top side, that connect a wire there, and use that screw that connects the truck to transfer the wire. But you'd only be able to do that for one side. That way, in that manner, you'd have to do both trucks. All right, and I'd rather do the pickups off of one truck. That's me. Yeah, once I get Chicago done, I might try get a kit to test. When you guys get one, and let me know if it works. If it doesn't, I'll say sucker. So anyway, that's one of my items on my wish list. Looking at the farm scene, let's switch again. Where'd we go? That track right on the edge there by the desk, mouse moved around there, that's my test track. It's on a double pull, double throw switch. Larry Puckett just today had a thing about doing exactly what I've did here. There's a double pull, double throw switch right, can't see it, right at the end of my thumb right there. Finger. Where you can switch from, you can have it off, you can have it on DC, DCC, test, or program. And talk about that 210-2, that's my shelf queen. It will reside here on this track, because this area from the track back left screen, that is the suburban town, and that'll become a park here. I got to put in a retaining wall across here and level it out some. But it's one of many, 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 many things to do. Hey, Dave, welcome. Joe, I saw one at my local hobby shop about 6 months ago. And they had, and I don't know if it was a Rapido or not, but they had one that even had a wand to turn it on and off, magnetic switch. So that's always a I don't, battery powered stuff just doesn't. It's because you got to replace batteries. Sure as hell wanting to run, and batteries won't let me. All right, let's get another train going. It's my favorite train. I've got a tip of the day about this locomotive coming out as well. Yeah, you're right, I do. I need to get another sound card and put it there on a push button, and where kids can press the button and make station sounds. I'd really like to get up to Chicago Union Station and just sit there and record some of their announcements. Yeah, that E7 pulling the bi-level commuter cars is the subject of an upcoming tip of the day. Had that engine for 2 years. 2 years? Yeah, 2 years, give or take. Finally figured something out on it. Yeah, I want to have the trolley is going to be where I can run it DC or DCC. When it's in the DC mode, it's going to be one that I'll let kids run. All right, because it'll have a controller. Let me switch cameras back again. No, that ain't it. All right, back here. All right, will be where the motorman goes. There will be a rheostat to control the DC throttle. There will be a double pole, double throw switch for direction, and another double pole, double throw switch for switching from DC to DCC. All right. But anyway, that'll give, instead of kids wanting to get involved in the other stuff, I can sit here and let them operate these controls and watch the little trolley go around Union Station. So that's the game plan anyway. And it'll have sensors. When it's in, it'll have sensors as well that the trolley will stop at a couple different places. It'll reverse at 2 places, and then it'll have intermittent stops at 2 other places. Uh-oh, I got something arriving. Well, hell, that didn't until a second. Amazon. Oh, okay. So anyway, getting back to the station sounds high, I'd like to put a sound card in for station sounds like now arriving and all aboard and all that kind of stuff, where kids can push the button and make sounds. I already have 2 sound cards. One's for cows and one's for pigs over at the slaughterhouse. All right, Joe. I'm surprised Penny, my dog, hadn't come out here this afternoon. Ooh, ah. There we go. Yeah. Soul Train. I have a button for I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. You did your own announcements, Hi? Wow. Was there some kind of computer software that you typed in what the message was, and you picked the female voice or whatever, and did it that way, or how did you create it? Should have one that says now arriving, busting through the wall, the silver streak. Yeah, Hi's announcements are great. Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that, Hi. Because heck, I may not have to even get a sound card. I could probably put it on the computer or on my tablet. That may be something to look into. Has anybody seen? Maybe Bernard can make them. I don't know. Mini prints. I've been looking for benches, and I find park benches, no problem. All right, the slatted. slided type. I know Bernard's got them, and like Bachman or somebody. I think Bachman makes them. I had a package of them somewhere. But that's not really what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is benches like church pews, wooden ones, because the Great Hall in Union Station had those type of benches, not the park type, benches. Yeah, I thought about that too, Mystic. I got so many projects to do. I'm not sure scratch building is a thing of to take up my time with. Scratch building park benches, anyway. I mean, when you look at what I'm doing here at Union Station, a good 75% of the Union Station will be scratch built. The only thing that's kit is the actual walls and roof of Union Station. Interior stuff that I have in my mind isn't in that kit, so. Yeah, you'd think so, John. I can always look up church pews. H-O, church pews. Church pews spelled P-E, pews spelled, well, there you go. There they are. Huh. $23 for 10. Or now here's the deal. They're identical. It's using the same picture. One is $40 for 10. Okay. Free shipping. The other is 20. Oh, no, they're both unpainted. The other one's $23. Both free shipping. What the hell's with that? Huh. And I think it's the same seller. It's interior. Oh, the $40 is church interior with pew. So what does that entail, mind you? All I see is pews. Huh. So here I'm going to share these. That's one. I just don't know what the hell the difference is. The prints. Let me copy this one. Oh. And it's the same seller. It's the same seller. Go figure. Yeah, exactly, Lynn. The difference is the price. Well, the graphics for both of them are the same. It's from the same seller. It's just one's $40. The other's $23. Huh. I cut down those sides. Oh well, it is what it is, right? Just buy the cheaper ones. Yeah. I wonder how many people actually buy the more expensive version. They're both HO, right? Yeah, they're both HO. Huh. Ooh, ah. Huh. All right. Park that one. Must be Father for I sin and most likely will again. Yeah, pretty good day of not derailing. Other than my initial switch faux pas in the very beginning. Alright. And let's. Alright. So I'll probably get a couple packs of those pews. $20. Yeah, at least 2 packs. see how they line out. I know something else I need. Has anybody seen phone booths? Oh, Bernard's got the modern day phone. They're not really booths. They're just the wall hanger or the pedestals type. They're not the booth where you close the bifold door. HO phone booth. I need some of those too. In Union Station, they had. I'm sure you all have seen and stuff. Found ones from kind of mixed in with other stuff. Damn. Oh, 4-pack for let's see. All of a sudden, done 15 by the time you get tax. For plus $44 shipping from Germany. Pass. Hard pass. It doesn't look like. Anyway, in Union Station, there would be a wall of phone booths, but they're wooden. They weren't the glass ones. They had the glass front, okay, but they were wood framed because they were inside. Hey, Lee. Glad you could join us. Gee, Lee, you show up for the last half hour? I don't know if I'm going to last that long. Well, it's 81 degrees. I better turn the air conditioner on out here. Because out here, it's 81 outside. 82 now. And it's 82 in the room. So it's a little warm. There we go. So what if you were to guess, okay, what month of the year would you say the retirement railroad is set in? What month of the year? And there's one thing that gives it away. That's our trivia question for today. What month of the year is the retirement railroad set in? April 2025. No, not the year. You don't even have to guess the year. Just what month. But no, neither are correct. Hi. If the year would be mid-60s. Okay. Even though I have a few vehicles that are early 70s. Everything is mid-60s because it's pre-Amtrak. Because none of my passenger trains are Amtrak. Lynn says January. In Chicago, you would have this much green in Chicago in January, Lynn? I don't think so. JD says March. Interesting. The leaves aren't out on the trees in March in Chicago yet. Still fairly cold in March. Still would have, and typically you'd have snow in March. Bernard says springtime. No, it's not springtime. I'll tell you what, it's summer. That narrows it down for you. JD says September. That is a possibility, JD, but the answer is no to that. Because summer would go all the way to September 21st, so that would be viable. Let's go back and see if I'll give you a hint. All right, you've been looking at it most of stream. Does that give you any hints? What month is the retirement railroad set in? And in case you can't figure out what you're looking at tall, green, still green corn. Okay. Now the old saying used to be knee high by the 4th of July. That's not true anymore with modern farming techniques. But a more appropriate answer here would be early August, very late July, before you got 6-foot tall corn with tassels on it. Okay, the tassels are the key, because you don't start detasseling typically until August. That would be the next state over, Bernard. That would be Iowa. And true story, one of my fraternity brothers married a little sis, and very close friends, and she lived just like a couple miles away from that Field of Dreams. So, of course, we used to go visit her. It was way before the movie, so. Yeah, Dwight, you'd know. But in the old days, Dwight, when we were kids, Dwight, it was knee high by the 4th of July. Shoulder height by, late July, yeah. But 6 foot tall, mature, green corn. Yeah, you should have gotten this, Dwight. I mean, you live out in farmland in Illinois. You should have been all over that. If anybody should have gotten it, Dwight, it was you. Especially after I put the picture of the cornfield up there. You don't have corn in Nevada. Okay, here's one for you. Why would you detassel corn? Why do you do that? Dwight knows. Dwight, don't answer that one. But when I talk about detasseling, why would corn get detasseled? And it's not all corn, it's just some corn. Nobody knows why you detassel corn? Nobody knows? Nobody knows? Dwight, I know you know. I don't know if you're raising corn for that purpose or not. Why is some corn detasseled? When I'm talking about detasseling, I'm talking about out in the field. I need to go to IKEA and pick up the cabinet that I want to put inside here that has the drawers. It wants to be trans. Fits in the can better. More per truckload. Actually, Dwight, you go ahead and tell him. John's not too far off, actually. The factory that makes detasseling machines, or the factory that's processing the corn that's been detasseled? No, Mystic. It's not for animal feed. It's for, like Dwight got, it's for making seed corn. You're controlling the cross pollination. All right. They'll go down, they'll strip the tassels off of, I forget how many rows. I want to say 8, but I'm not sure if that's correct or not. And they just cut it, mow those tassels off. And that controls the pollination of this different seed corns. And if you drive through Illinois or Iowa, Indiana in the summertime, you'll see where these little signs at the end of the rows, DeKalb and a specific number. That's the hybrid number for those rows, and you'll see DeKalb and another number, and that's the hybrid for the next ones. And, DeKalb just being one brand. I mean, Pioneer's another. There's all kinds of brands. Where they bag the seed corn? Okay, Dwight. That's what I meant by processing. So. Doesn't that sound offensive? Yeah, well, it's a fact of life. You look at how many bushels an acre are done nowadays compared to 50 years ago, and how many were done 50 years ago compared to 100 years ago. Mystic, where can you use this knowledge? When you're playing Jeopardy or you're driving through the Midwest in the summertime, all right, and your kids or grandkids ask you, Grandpa, why does some of that corn have furry things on top and others don't? Okay? You'll say, funny you ask. One of my mile railroad buddies. I've said this before, but a lot of my friends will call me Cliff Clavin because I'm full of useless knowledge. Yeah, Mystic, it's not something you would have known in Louisiana or even Connecticut, so. They still have kids doing that? I know I ran cultivating crew for soybean fields with a bunch of high school kids when I was in college. I never detasseled. I thought they had tractors that were or cutters that were on four elevated tires that they just go across the tops of it. Well, there you go, JD. Nebraska, where men are men and sheep are afraid. Of course, I graduated from Iowa State, and back in those days, Nebraska was our big rival. And my oldest daughter, she had this puzzle map of the U.S. with wooden states, and we'd teach her things with Kansas, Dorothy Gale from Wizard of Oz, and Arkansas, where Aunt Lucy and Uncle Oscar lived. We lived in Texas, and we were moving to Oklahoma, and Illinois, where Daddy was originally from, and all these different Iowa, where Daddy went to school. And she pointed at Nebraska. She goes, "Well, who lives here?" And I said, "Nobody lives in Nebraska." So she grew up telling people nobody lives in Nebraska. Yeah, it's, I love the old joke. You got a fancy hotel, and you got a farmer and a jet setter in the lobby, and or in the bar, and they get to talking to each other, and the guy says, "Well, I got $150,000 Maserati, and we'll do 100 miles an hour or whatever in 30 seconds." And farmer sitting there sipping on his corn liquor, and finally, after doing all this bragging, the jet setter looks at the farmer and says, "Okay, as a farmer, what do you have?" He says, "Well, I got a combine, cost me $250,000, and I drive it for 10 days out of the year." Yeah, I was in the late 70s, Mystic, back in the Tom Osborne era. Oh, Rocky Mountain oysters are good. I love them, Bernard. Calf fries. I get mixed up. One of them's sliced and diced, and the other one's not. So. Oh my! That reminds me. My wife worked for a subsidiary when we lived in Wisconsin. She worked for a subsidiary of DuPont, and they were working on Roundup resistant soybeans. Okay? And I'd tell her all these farm stories. She's a Texas girl from San Antonio, and I'd tell her all these farm stories and the useless knowledge stuff, Mystic. And she's like, "Oh, okay, oh sure." Well, her job, and by trade, she's an accountant, okay, and a bean counter. Well, she gets this job with this subsidiary of DuPont, and what they do is they harvest this company had fields where they were growing these hybrid soybeans. They would reclassify them, count them out, and put them in test tubes, reclassify them as different types or levels, and then ship them down to I think Argentina, because that way they could do their hybridization or whatever you want to call it, twice as fast because they get 2 growing seasons in a year. And she's doing this one day, and the agricultural engineers were coming in, and these guys were all Iowa State graduates. All right, and my wife said, "You want to talk about a bunch of nerds?" She goes, "I thought you had a bunch of worthless knowledge. These guys were just so excited over these soybean plants and these seeds, these soybeans." And she goes, I couldn't fathom." She said, it was amazing, actually. So, yep, she went from being a bean counter to counting beans. That was the last job she had, as a matter of fact, up in Wisconsin. Really, JD? I didn't know that. It's a good school for, especially in certain fields. You know, number 1 vet school in the back in my day. It was number 1 vet school in the country. Number 2 in agriculture behind Cornell. It was in the top 10 engineering schools. Number 1 home economics. Oh boy. Were big claim to fame. Well, guys, we're fast approaching the 2-hour mark. Anybody got anything going on, promoting, etc. going on? Bernard, that's just too cold. Oh, it's up to 83 here, Bernard. All right, hi. 3rd train. All right, Digger, have you posted that yet, Digger? I may go take a swim in the koi pond. One of our favorite things to do for Christmas is go to the beach. With my son and daughter-in-law coming down, hopefully we get the opportunity to do that. And if we do, I'll make sure I post that for y'all. Because I'm sure you just need warm goldfish, yeah. Today's the first day I get to wear this shirt for a month and a half every year. It's pretty ripe. Just kidding. This is my Santa Claus Hawaiian shirt. All right, everybody, let's wrap this thing up. Hey, thanks everybody for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Friday Live. And normally a mail call, no mail call today. The RPO derailed inbound. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So look forward to next Friday, because I will have a number of items. So with that, bye everybody. Have a great weekend.